This exercise is going to help you gain more control over your flexibility and really just gain more control over your, let's try that again. This exercise is really great for highlighting the difference between your flexibility and your active control or strength, and also bridging the gap between those so that when you are doing things like stretching and improving your flexibility, it actually translates into the things that you're going to do because it is usable. So you're going to get into a straddle position, and we're gonna do one side then the other. You're going to lean really far into your stretch. So you're looking for some sort of a hamstring stretch here, or just reaching the end of your range of motion. And then we are going to think about trying to lift the leg up. You can see that I'm working really hard and I might be able to float it up a little bit, but I can't really lift it up very high. I want you to float it up about an inch or less off the ground. So we're gonna start really close. We're gonna lean back until we can get it up, and then we're gonna hold for a few seconds, and then we're gonna come back to the start position. Now, for most people, you will start in a really good deep stretch, and it will be until you get all the way back here before you get the leverage to lift your leg. That is okay. That just means you have a big gap between your active and passive range of motion. This is how we close that. So the more you have to lean back out of it, the bigger the gap, the more room for opportunity for more room for improvement or opportunity for improvement that you have. So again, lean, find your stretch, contract, make sure your quads squeezed and your knee is straight. Try to lift, lean, and hold, then parachute down. What we want to make sure we're not doing is coming up like so. We really want to squeeze, generate more tension over time, and float the leg up and hold rather than using a bunch of momentum. Then you're going to do all of the reps on the one side and switch to the other side. Find your position to start and lean back until you can get your leg up and hold. Now, for some people, it might be kind of challenging to put your hands on the ground. So if that's the case, we can start with leaning forward and using yoga blocks. Sometimes that's a little bit more comfortable. The way to make this a little bit easier too might be to come out of your straddle a little bit and then come into it and get the hang of it. And then eventually we can widen the position. That changes the tissues that you have access to as well. So what we don't want to do is push into any pinching in the front of the hips or any pain in general. So this should really just feel like some stretching in your hamstrings and some quad and hip flexor, maybe some core work, but that's it. Please don't push into pain. You're gonna usually hold this for about 3 to 5 seconds for the prescribed amount of reps and sets. And over time, you should find that you have maybe less cramping in your quads, maybe less movement before you can get your foot off the ground, or maybe it just starts to feel a little bit easier. All of those things are going to be signs of progress.